Hey guys, welcome back to another Modern Warfare 2 video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Season 1 Reloaded and Shipment. So Shipment will be coming with Season 1 Reloaded when it drops here in just a couple days here in December. And Call of Duty put out a blog post talking specifically about Shipment, which when I first read it earlier today, I was like, wait, are you serious? A whole blog post about Shipment? Like, dude, Shipment's probably one of the most well-known maps, especially now that it's been in, COD 4, and then it was also in Ghosts, and then World War 2, and then Modern Warfare 2019, and then now in Modern Warfare 2. So it's like, yeah, everybody's played Shipment, everybody knows what's going on. But, yeah, they somehow managed to put up a whole blog post here, and so I'm assuming this is what happens when you get paid by the word or something like that. You're just like, how can I stretch this out? But here we go. Blog post titled Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Season 1 Mid-Season Update Shipment Map Intel. The mission, detailing the maps, the tactics, and tips for a 6v6 multiplayer map set on a cargo ship in international waters. Alright, Operation Shipment, International Waters, Day 47, 032. Factions deployed, Spec Crew and Cortac. A little chaos is good for the soul, not to mention the beauty of XP gains on a tiny map like Shipment. In this iteration of the fan-favorite classic, the scene of battle moves to the high seas as Spec Crew and Cortac forces face off against each other among stacked containers and crates filled with cash and illicit goods. No plan survives contact with the enemy, yet even on this compact field, there are tactics and strategies worth considering when fighting for that victory screen. Let's dive in and perfect the fundamentals. Spawn point, Cortac. Cortac spawn zone, north, bridge side. While there are designated starting spawns for both teams, expect those spawns to change up quickly once the match commences. Cortac forces begin on the bridge side in the northeast section by the crates of cash, ready to break southwest or straight in the middle, whichever direction you choose. Be ready to engage in seconds. Defensive-minded players may choose to hang back and wait for the enemy. Using the crates as cover, you can also set up camp in the eastern red container to ambush enemy operators coming off the break. Though we suggest a more active start, there's plenty of room for defensive measures later in the match. So they're basically encouraging camping. Spawn point, Spec Crew. Spawn point for Spec Crew is the South Drug Stash. Spec Crew forces begin the match in the southwest corner of the map, also positioned near the open crate, providing west-east passage and a nearby half-open crate, open only towards the starting spawn. The strategy for the break is largely the same. There are two main paths leading north and east, where you can book it for the center straight into the mayhem. Map maneuvers, route planning. Pause right here for a second. You need map maneuvers and you need to have a route here? Like, bro, it's Shipment. It's like one of the smallest maps in Call of Duty history. Like, what? But they say Shipment consists of 4 named areas: the bridge side, the center, drug stash, and container stack. The northeastern route, bridge side. From bridge side, operators must hold their position against the onslaught of enemies rushing in from center and the opposite side of the map. Use the cash crates and the open north container for cover. Shipment veterans will notice a key difference compared to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019's iteration of the map. There's no climbing up into a higher container from this point. In this Shipment, the battle remains on the ground floor. Bridge side's west offers more cash crates for cover, but that's it. Still, even in Shipment's constant chaos, those cover pieces can mean the difference between survival and defeat. In objective modes, they conceal you in capturing the objective, not to mention providing decent cover with just enough room to make the slight adjustments to your position. Lastly, make use of the 2 blue barrels in the silver crate extending to the cover line towards center. These offer vital protection when peeking around either corner. This allows you to stay and fight or avoid taking too much damage before sidestepping back behind large cover. Center route. Center, the eye of the storm. Center is a veritable madhouse, the area of the map where the most constant fighting occurs. In several modes, it's the site of an objective, forcing operators to take their chances. It also provides quick access across the map if you can survive the journey. Unless there's an objective there, get out of the dead center as soon as possible, as you're exposed on all 4 cardinal directions. Instead, hang back to protect your sides and catch enemies rushing through the middle. Watch for the half-open ground floor container in the center's northeastern corner, a favorite hiding spot for those unwilling to brave the greater battle. Toss a grenade inside if you think there might be an enemy within. The half-open containers on the map's western and eastern boundaries offer ambush points in addition to emergency shelter against explosives and streaks. Don't linger for too long, where that shelter would become a dead end. Southern route, drug stash, container stack. The southern route nearly mirrors the north, though with some slight differences. Here, 2. A container open on both ends provides east-west passage. Expect a lot of activity around the crates on either side, as well as the nearby half-open container, which, while technically designated as part of center, is often utilized by players in this section of the map. Recruit tactics. Watch my 6. In all maps and modes, keeping an eye on the minimap vastly improves your situational awareness. On Shipment, it can help focus your split-second decisions in making in terms of where to move next. Keep an eye on your teammates in particular. Their positions indicate buffers in the environment, positions that are, at least for the moment, likely safer to travel through compared to other sections of the map. When you're rushing through an area like Center, even the slightest advantage is worth grasping onto. Up and at 'em. Getting constantly eliminated? Don't worry, so is everyone else. On a map this small, it's going to happen. Thankfully, with some patience and perseverance, the tide will often turn so that you're the one doing the eliminating. The key here is to keep a cool head, to start each spawn fresh and ready to engage. Remember that you don't have to approach the match like a chicken with its head cut off. You can still be tactical, balancing when to move and attack and when to get behind cover for an advantageous position. It's still chaos, albeit controlled chaos. Veteran tactics. Play the objective. Yes, even you Call of Duty veterans need the occasional reminder. On Shipment, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of battle, especially when you're slaying. The highest kill count won't impress your teammates, however, if you got a measly objective score and end up losing the match. Bro, ain't that the truth? When playing objective modes, keep your eye on the score. Watch the objective position and ask yourself, at least every now and then, am I doing my part? Your team will appreciate it, and trust us, you'll have plenty of opportunities to slay. Bomb drone incoming. The bomb drone streak can do a lot of damage on Shipment, allowing you to fly toward and detonate over a tightly packed group of enemies, a common sight here. It's also a useful means for dislodging enemies hiding out in containers, requiring only 4 eliminations or 500 score when using the score streak. It's a very achievable streak for all skill levels. If you're aiming for higher streaks, however, you may want to use it after your next spawn. Your operator will be highly exposed while piloting the drone. Prestige tactics. Drill those containers. Having a rough time against enemy operators ambushing your team from within the map's open containers? Equip the drill charge and toss it into the side of the container. It'll easily blast through the thin walls. Keep an eye on openings in case they try to escape the incoming explosion. Either way, they're out of luck. Pair your drill charge with a snapshot grenade or heartbeat sensor to better anticipate when a container needs to be drilled through. Soon enough, those campers are bound to see the folly of their ways, forcing them to join the battle out in the open. Just a scrape. In Shipment, you'll be fighting one operator after the next, and often you'll go up against several. Equip Quick Fix as your ultimate perk to immediately trigger health regeneration whenever you eliminate an enemy, keeping you in strong fighting form even throughout immense skirmishes. Throw down a trophy system next to your position for added defense against incoming equipment and projectiles, forcing them to battle you straight on. Remember that you'll also benefit from faster health regeneration when capturing and holding objectives, so get on the point and don't let up. Okay, let's talk about that one for a second. That is actually a really good idea, though, using drill charges, but especially snapshot grenades on this map, because, a snapshot grenade, you could probably take out, almost like a quarter of the map with a single snapshot grenade. So you toss one down and it's like, boom, you could probably, capture 3 or 4 enemies on it. And so, every time you spawn in, you could just spam in, 2 snapshot grenades, and basically, you know exactly where the enemies are going to be at. I think that is actually a great idea. But they say objective routes and rotations. Mode, Intel, Domination. And you thought capturing the B flag was hard before. Located smack dab in the middle of the map, the flag is likely to change hands multiple times throughout the match. Often, operators will crouch or lie prone at the edges of the capture zone, attempting to lower their profile as much as possible. Don't let them go unnoticed. Due to the map's small size, you might choose to ignore the B flag when the enemy is throwing all they have at it. Instead, focus on taking the A and C flags. They're more easily accessible, even if only by a little, and it'll take the pressure off center when capturing A and C. Use the available cover, going prone if needed to make the capture. Once you've got one, throw down a trophy system. Keep in mind that you only need 2 flags at a time to gain the point advantage. Because the flags are positioned so closely to another, stay flexible in terms of which flag you're focused on. If you keep getting eliminated going after one, skip it in favor of the other flags. Aerial streaks are incredibly powerful in Shipment Domination. Even if the enemy runs for cover in an open container, you'll force them out off the flag, leaving it for the taking. Patience is encouraged when you access one of your aerial streaks. While it's tempting to call it in right away, it's wiser to hold on to it until you need it to get a flag, especially when the score is close. Mode Intel, Search and Destroy. It's a whole different game in modes like Search and Destroy where there are no respawns. Though it's more tactical, slower paced affair, it still helps to be fast off the break, even as the slightest hesitation can leave you exposed to better prepared operators. On the attacking side, starting in the southwest corner, you can go north to the A bomb site or east to the B bomb site. Note that both sites are easily viewed from the defender's starting position in the northeast. In this case, the bomb carrier may not want to immediately approach a bomb site, instead focusing on eliminating some of the enemy team before going in for the plant. Hold up, bro. Who's gonna plant on Shipment, Search and Destroy? What? Remember that though it may be tempting to forego the bomb plant in favor of total elimination, planting the bomb is still a valid tactic. While the others are busy blasting away, the bomb carrier can take cover behind one of the sites and get to work. Once the bomb is set, it focuses the match on that one point, forcing the enemy to come to you. Spread out, take up defensive positions, and let them have it. As a defender, get creative with the map's several ambush points, attacking the enemy team where they least expect it. In the next round, stay in the open and flank them when they stick their heads in your old hiding spot. Soon they won't know where to look, giving you the advantage. For either side, it's not a bad idea to lead battles with any grenades on hand. With a little luck, there's a good chance you'll connect, providing a strong opening to the round. Mode Intel Hardpoint. Shipment hosts 5 hardpoints, one in the middle plus all 4 corners of the map. The first break for the hardpoint is the toughest. Try to get to the edge of the zone without positioning yourself right in the middle. If your teammates are throwing themselves onto the point, take an outside position and flank. If your teammates are objective shy, get in there. Watch for the indicator of the next hardpoint in the final 10 seconds of your current position so you can position yourself accordingly. The early rotation is crucial in any hardpoint match, but due to the ease of traversal here, it's doubly so. Pair the Battle Hardened and Bomb Squad base perks along with the Trophy System Field upgrade to up your defense on the point, complemented by the Quick Fix Ultimate perk to speed up your health regeneration rate while holding the objective. For support-minded players, choose Overclock instead, improving your Trophy System's recharge rate and capacity. As with Domination, aerial streaks make a big impact here. Just check the hardpoint timer before calling it in, lest you attempt to blast enemies in the scrap time when the effect is minimal. Top tips. Go, go, go. Yes, there are times when it makes sense to hold back and wait for the enemy to come to you, but don't overdo it. Shipment exemplifies the adage that the best defense is a good offense. The less predictable your actions, the harder it will be to counter them. Desperate? Wedge in. The open crates along the north and south boundaries each create a wedge that can be used to get out of sight to ambush enemies moving through these areas. Think before taking up the position, however, as you got no cover and nowhere to go but forward. Use it and land an elimination or two, then move on. Long range works too. While shotguns, SMGs, and assault rifles are often the most used in Shipment, it doesn't mean that longer range loadouts won't be effective. With proper positioning and timing, you can absolutely get the advantage over close range players. Move as far back as possible so that they struggle to land their shots. Notorious but alive. Sometimes you've got to do what it takes to survive. If you're getting annihilated, equip the Overkill base perk and pick the Riot Shield along with your primary weapon of choice. The shield will help protect your back against attacks, along with providing essential cover when approaching objectives. Just watch those rockets and drill charges. Riot Shields have a way of attracting them. I do this for a living. On this tiny map, you want to avoid downtime as much as possible. Equip the Fast Hands bonus perk to speed up your reloads, equipment use, and weapon swapping, so once you get access to the perk, you'll be moving through your actions at lightning speed. Not so safe and sound. Is an enemy operator hogging up the containers, staying out of view to ambush you and your teammates? Remember that in addition to the drill charge, armor-piercing rounds can penetrate these materials, so upset their camping routine by eliminating them without even showing your face. Scrap their intel. Equip the counter UAV for a low-cost streak that scrambles the enemy minimap. Better yet, deploy it after an opponent has sent out their UAV, thereby frustrating their efforts to gain valuable intel. It's also a solid asset in objective modes prior to a big push or defense. Launchers still appreciated. Though the chaos on the ground is ever constant, it's still worth striking down enemy aerial streaks. Consider taking a launcher into the map and utilizing the few brief moments of downtime between engagements to knock out enemy UAVs and other threats. Against ground forces, the RPG-7 can do some good work here too. That it can. I can't wait to use the RPG here. I use that all the time on Shipment in Modern Warfare 2019. Get mad. Consider using the Battle Rage field upgrade, providing fast health regeneration and resistance to tactical equipment. It's already a reckless map, and with this field upgrade, there's no downtime placing an objective in the environment. Get at 'em. Now do it again. Besides enjoying Shipment purely for its frantic gameplay, it's also a great map for ranking in weapon XP and finishing up those camo challenges. Take advantage of the bounty and your gunsmith options will skyrocket. Stay frosty. Ooh, okay. Well, there we go. That is their whole thing about Shipment. I mean, who knew that, we could have this much to talk about Shipment? Like, it's, bro, freaking how long is this video? Like, 13 plus minutes? Like, dude, this is nuts. But yeah, I mean, that's Shipment. It'll be coming here on, I believe, Wednesday, so it should be pretty exciting. Can't wait to play it. And it still remains to be seen, what they're going to do. If they're going to have a Shipment only playlist, or if they're going to include Shipment and Shoot House. If they're going to do Shoot the Ship again, because something tells me they're not going to have a Shipment only playlist. Maybe they will just for this first weekend where it comes out, but I don't know, because typically, they don't like doing that because they don't want you to only play the smallest map and rank up all your weapons and do all your stuff way too fast. Typically they want to kind of spread it out and put it in small map rotations. That way, you're not only playing Shipment. But like I said, remains to be seen. Should be a great way to get a bunch of challenges done for your weapons, as well as ranking them up, and then of course just getting regular XP across the board. So, yep, that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you're new around here, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.